Interesting attire this week. Is that your dad's shirt? How many days has it been now? One of us needs to leave this room, okay? I mean it. I am sick of eating popcorn kernels and drinking makeup remover. Here's what's going to happen. You finish the review, then count the votes, and one of us will go out there to face it. Oh, bloody hell. It's funny, I'm feeling rather weak today. Okay, let's keep the energy up. Tell us why you like Slender Man. Ooh, okay. The Slender Man is an interesting example of a paranormal entity. As a creepypasta character, he stands alone, being neither a crazy killer with a knife, nor a vengeful spirit, nor even an horrific monster lacking in conceptual thought. His humanoid appearance, lanky limbs, and featureless face put him squarely in the uncanny valley. The entity looks halfway recognizable and may be the best-dressed creature out there. But there's something very unsettling about him. Though silent, he's shown to have a will of his own, a certain agency. Last week, Killjoy described him as a psychic predator, much like Lilac, and it's true that he does seem to play with the minds of his victims. Alex is the clearest example, and seems to be his favourite, but it's possible for anyone to be affected when he's nearby. It's easy to write off a character like Slender Man as obviously fictional, but the Creepypasta Wikia presents a long and detailed history of his sightings, and it's possible that the advent of modern technologies is what accelerated him into common knowledge. And before you say that the Slender Man isn't real, remember that the best way to conceal anything is to fictionalize it. Web searches for this creature turn up fan art and crappy pastas galore. How could anyone be expected to find the truth buried under all that? But Marble Hornets is a fictional series. I've seen interviews with the creators. Their version of the Slender Man isn't real. Really? Then tell me the name of the actor who plays him. Alright, I will. Let's see. Yes. Okay, maybe,
Some things in Marble Hornets will just stay a mystery. Also, how we do the operator, so.
Yeah, sorry.
Doug Jones plays him in the movie. Oh, who cares about the operator anyway? He's not even the scariest thing about the series. I mean, he used to be. Back when I was writing my undergraduate dissertation about creepypastas, I did watch Marble Hornets as part of my research. Let me tell you, walking home from the library alone at 3 AM was pretty nerve-wracking. But over the years, Slender Man has become kind of overexposed. So what is the scariest thing about the series? I'd say it's the other characters working under his influence, if they even are. Let's put a pin in that theory for later, because finally we're on to Season 3, my personal favourite. Why? Because it has my personal favourite character, Tim, aka Marsky. There's a lot of mystery surrounding the so-called masked men, including the operator's reasons for selecting them in the first place. All will be revealed. Or at least speculated on. At the conclusion of the last season, Jay spied Tim in his hometown, the filming location for Limestone Wasps. Walking around simply being, existing, timming. Not acting like the operator's pawn is what I'm getting at. So what better way to get back in touch with the guy than by hanging around outside his mental health clinic? For like a week.
Hello darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
I suppose it makes sense to Jay. After all, Marsky saved them from Alex in the last series, so I guess he's on their side? Finally he makes contact and they swap numbers. Jay is once again telling fibs, claiming that he wants to finish Limestone Wasps. And once again, Jay gets called out for pointing a camera in somebody's face.
So, what's the deal with all this stuff? What stuff?
But it makes a bit of sense that he doesn't want to put down the recording device for even a second, because at this point, the Marble Hornets web series has been going on for almost 3 years. Documenting his investigations has become Jay's whole life, ever since his house burned down. I hope his parents weren't in there. And if not, where are his parents? And what kind of job does he have that he can devote so much time to investigating this whole thing and still spend all that money on hotel rooms? I think that's explained in the interview as well.
My theory was that Jay, he enrolled in college and got a bunch of student loans and then,
He's just living
left.
off those.
And he's just been living off student loans for the past couple of years. That's why he's living in hotels and stuff, because he doesn't want them to find him.
Does this mean Hoodie's a debt collector?
Yes.
Suddenly everything starts falling into place.
Yeah.
The operators, the Department of the Treasury.
Yeah. It's all a big metaphor. I hate paying taxes.
Oh yeah. What a great bunch of guys. Anyway.
Listen, I just remembered this, but I remember Alex had me shoot like some, behind the scenes footage type stuff while we were making that movie. I might still have them lying around somewhere, so if you want me to try and like find those, I'd be more than happy to just give them to you or whatever.
Great. More tapes.
The tapes from Tim show himself, Alex, Brian, and Jay hanging out during the making of Limestone Wasps.
Good news, guys. We have flashlight.
Oh, dude.
Even better news, guess what's battery powered?
Yeah, jam session by torchlight, my favourite kind.
I'm gonna get a good lighting on Alex here.
It looks so dramatic.
Oh, god damn it. We then see them exploring an abandoned hospital building, which seems to unnerve Tim for some reason.
Kinda not sure if I feel like I'm up to going to another place. If you don't mind.
I do mind.
Then we get, oh dear, operator attack! Followed by Alex attacking Tim, quietly, followed by Tim waking up in the hospital that night. Poor Tim. Lost and alone. I just want to pet his little whoopee face. This concludes the portion of the tapes newly given to Jay, and he is curious about the building that Tim didn't want to enter. Meanwhile, To The Ark is still going strong, posting videos addressed to Jay. The liar thing is going to make a return, so remember that. Jay and Tim scout around the buildings from the tapes. It transpires that Tim has no recollection of those events and claims not to have watched the tapes.
I'm not the movie guy, so I don't have a camera that'll play those kind of tapes.
Even so, he's reluctant to enter the abandoned hospital building, and is irritable the entire time they explore it. After spotting Hoodie, Jay chases him into a maintenance tunnel, but doesn't follow. Perhaps Hoodie was leading him there. So around the time Jay is ready to give up on his cover story, Tim asks to meet him. Oh good, two birds with one...
Listen,
fist.
I couldn't help but shake this feeling that there was something funny about you. So, I do a search for marble hornets, and you want to know what I find?
I was gonna tell you tonight, Tim. I
swear.
Tonight!
Triple whoops? Alright, so this video, entry number 59, has a fair bit of information in it. Evidently, this is the first that Tim has heard about the Marble Hornets channel. But what about Marsky? If we assume that Tim is under the operator's control when the mask goes on, then he wouldn't remember anything he did, and we know that Marsky has been following Jay for some time. It's possible that he's part of To The Ark, which has been tracking Jay's movements as far back as Season 1, and we definitely know that he's been stalking Jay in Season 2 because he turns up in the nick of time to stop Alex from shooting him. And what better way to stalk him than by following the YouTube channel and the Twitter account where Jay continuously posted his whereabouts. So what's your point? Huh? Oh, no real point. In entry number 59, Tim goes on to blame Jay's investigations for his own dealings with the operator. He says that he was getting better until Jay came back into his life with the memory of limestone wasps.
Maybe Alex isn't even the problem. Maybe you're the problem.
Now this is the most interesting thing of all, because Tim is lying right now. Spoilers? Jay goes back to the building, finding more indicators that Tim is a liar. Oh, and here I was about to say that it was nice the Marble Hornets creators didn't do anything to further deface the abandoned buildings. Shush, shush, shush! In the maintenance tunnel, Jay finds Tim's past medical notes, which reveal... that was a good one. The notes reveal that since childhood, Tim has suffered from operator symptoms. Paranoia, delusions, headaches, insomnia, screaming, and running into Rosswood Park, one of the operator's various haunts. Well, yes, that is true, so Jay isn't to blame for Tim's encounters with the operator. Although putting the last 3 years on YouTube for the whole world to see probably wasn't helping anybody. And do you know what else he lies about?
I was doing fine. I was getting better, and then...
You sure about that, Mr. Heavy Smoker Man?
Wow.
Well, I'm not dead yet, so that's something, I guess.
So now that Jay's been yelled at for stalking Tim, he refrains from stalking Tim. For about 25 days, during which time To The Ark picks up the baton somewhat. Additionally, in the next video on Marble Hornets, titled Entry, we follow Hoodie as he creeps around Tim's house and steals his pills. Without them, Tim succumbs to a seizure and is left sobbing to himself. Aw, poor dude. Jay posts entry number 61, which contains entry in its entirety, and his interest in contacting Tim is rekindled. He stalks Marsky, Marsky chases after him, and the viewers at home begin writing /fiction furiously.
What are you doing?
Man, this is one hardy video camera. It actually is. The one used by the Marble Hornets team lasted the entire 5 years of filming. Just a little fun fact there. You don't give fun facts. I'm not sure you know what fun is. Sure I do. I'm loads of fun. Alright. I was just trying to buy some time. Can you blame me? We know I'm the one they voted for. Oh, come on, Killjoy. Either one of us could beat this creature. We just need to be the best versions of ourselves that we can be. We need to be... strong. Yeah. Okay, I think it's time to unpack some of the theories from earlier. The medicine. Now, since Season 1, we've seen characters taking pills to at least sort out their headaches. Some are clearly labelled ibuprofen. However, Tim is shown to be on some more serious medication that alleviates many of the operator's symptoms. We know it works because Hoodie steals it away from Tim to render him more helpless, and we also know that it works on other people, as Tim later shares his meds with Jay to bring him out of a stupor. This means they're not merely a placebo. They really do have some bite. Anybody want a Tic Tac? No thanks. Definitely not. Please yourselves. I did find one interesting comment on the To the Ark video observation to explain this sole line of defense against the operator, although it's likely a coincidence. Speaking of Hoodie stealing Tim's medication, what changed exactly? We've seen Hoodie and Masky working together, but now there's a kind of mutual sabotage going on. It makes me think that they're unaware of one another's mild-mannered alter ego, that they don't recognize each other without the masks. And while we're here, we might as well spoil the fact that Hoodie is actually... Brian. Now, I actually knew this from the beginning, not because of clever deduction on my part, but because I typed Hoodie into Google and BAM! There it is! Quadruple whoops. Brian is stated as missing as early as entry number 15.
I haven't heard from Brian either.
Okay.
Not for quite a while, actually.
Okay.
And on this tape, Alex is shown leading both Brian and Tim to their respective dooms. I think we can presume they were turned into masked men at this point, even if that wasn't Alex's intention. Maybe he actually intended for something else to happen. So yeah, if Tim is Masky and Brian is Hoodie, and the two of them are in pursuit of Jay, then one or both of them must be behind the To the Ark channel, right? Well, it's possible. We do see both of them in various To the Ark videos, so it's either them or somebody close to them who also has a camera. A popular theory is that the To the Ark cameraman is Seth, the guy who helped out with Limestone Wasps. Remember, he's also missing. And it would make sense that if he was on the sets for Limestone Wasps, he was also influenced by the operator. Really, this student film is just... bad news for everybody. Yet another possible candidate is Jessica. From entry number 52, she's still unaccounted for, and in this entry she confesses to Jay that she's been having not just the typical operator symptoms, but also hallucinations or visions of herself as a child. And we saw a young Alex being marked by the operator. I suppose this is where the child-bothering aspect of the Slenderman mythos comes in. Wait, I have something about the birthday video. We should get back to the plot. So Jay gets dragged off, either by the operator or somebody else, I don't know. He then wakes up in a new part of Rosswood along with Tim. Tim is understandably grumpy, but he agrees to sort out some personal matters and get back into contact. We find out that it's been a year and a half since Jessica's last sighting. I wonder where she could be. Well, the two of them are going to find out. Sure, why not? First of all, they inspect the building where Alex's gun went off after the Masky attack. You remember that, right? You're keeping notes at home? Like I did? They don't see any blood or anything, but then Tim starts to cough, so you know something's about to go down.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Hello?
Leave. Now.
That was Alex.
What?
You just hung up, but that was Alex.
Oh, he found them. Oh dear, It's especially bad news for Tim, as, in one of my favourite videos of the series, he is forcibly dragged underwater, then runs from the operator, has a seizure, coughs up blood, finds a body in the woods, you know, the usual. Man, that is one hardy video camera. Takes pills. All the pills. Yeah, you show that graffito who's boss. So the next time these two guys meet up, Tim gives us his backstory. He used to be a patient at this very hospital. I'll let him explain.
I was on a lot of medication most of the time I was here. I got used to it after a while, and it helped, but not enough.
These hallucinations, what do they look like?
Well, that's the thing, I can't remember any of them. Probably because of the medication. When I saw that footage that you got from him, and that person in the background or whatever it was, I couldn't help but think, you know, what if that's what I was seeing when I was in here? You know, what if that wasn't a hallucination at all?
Wait, what are you trying to say?
I'm saying, what if this is my fault? Alex could be a normal person, you could be living a normal life, so could Jessica, so could everybody else if it wasn't for me. I have no way of knowing that for sure. That's always going to be in the back of my mind.
Poor Tim. Poor Tim. Oh, but look who else is in the building. They chase little Beige Riding Hood into the woods, but fail to catch up with him. Stupid gun. Useless. Maybe Hoodie went to the Ark. I hate you. I hate you too. Let's talk about this Ark for a second. The first time we hear from Channel to the Ark is just after entry number 9, and in a few of its videos it references the Ark directly. So what the hell is it? I mean, Noah's Ark was a place of relative sanctuary, a safe refuge from the world-cleansing flood, but that can't be the case here, right? I mean, we never hear about any animals in this series, so...
So you wouldn't know what might have caused Alex to move away?
No. I know Brian did say something about, like, I think somebody was leaving dead animals in, like, his front yard or something.
Oh, well, if Alex was being given dead animals by the operator, I guess that makes him Noah. Except it's his job to fill the boat with corpses for the operator to eat. So it's an Ark of death. Don't do it, Alex! The Ark is a lie! I don't believe the Ark is a physical thing, more an abstract concept. Unless it's that red tower thing that Tim and Jay are now returning to. They hear some noises and decide to leave, and then find a hole in the ground full of melted tapes. I guess he did make good on his promise to burn them. Sort of. Some of the tapes are salvageable. What we have here is raw Limestone Wasps footage. There are some familiar locations, as well as Alex talking to his girlfriend Amy on the phone while driving. Don't try this at home, kids. You gotta squeeze a little, tease a little more. Easy operator, come and knock it on my door. We then see the moment he bequeathed his tapes to Jay. It doesn't quite happen as Jay remembers.
Hey Jay, hold on. What is it?
This tells us that Mr. Operator can create false memories when he wants to, as well as erase them altogether. He really likes messing with people, doesn't he? It's at this point that Tim says,
Get you to a doctor soon.
But I'm fine. I'm not stupid. I know what I saw.
I never said you were stupid, but this is the second time this has happened, and in case you've forgotten, I have some experience with hallucinations. Look, as soon as we get out of here, we need to take you someplace to get help, because this stuff does not go away. Trust me.
I don't need help. I'll be
This
fine.
is how it started with me.
Although it's worth noting that Tim's medication and therapy sessions are only treating the symptoms and not the cause. Also foreshadowing. Wouldn't you know, Hoodie is also taking the pills, this time half-inching them from Alex instead of Tim. Next we see Tim with the camera, and he says this.
Well, I managed to keep my composure and not black out, and the only explanation I can think of is the medication, which is why I've been sharing them with you since we got back, just to be safe, because I wanted to...
You gave them to me when I was, like, unconscious or out of it or whatever?
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that you would be, you know, safe.
Well, that foreshadowing paid off pretty quickly.
Let's eat something first, and then we'll go.
What'd you get?
Peanuts, beef jerky, nothing fancy.
Protein. Tim continues to be slightly dodgy as they explore his own house, claiming that he hasn't seen the tape that Hoodie found. Is that a tape in your pocket, or, something else in your pocket? They have a fight, and Jay gets a hold of said tape. It shows Marsky carrying Jessica into Rosswood as somebody else films. Alex appears to come to her rescue, then tries to shoot her, only to be intercepted by Hoodie. Again, both Marsky and Hoodie going against what Alex is doing. Interesting. The operator swoops in on Jessica. So I guess there's no point searching for her anymore. guy in all of this. Seriously, we later see Alex claim that he's putting a stop to the operator by killing everyone associated with him, better known now as the Bye-Bye Man approach.
All you have to do is give up. Then I can stop this disease from spreading to me.
But then he also appears to be the operator's favourite person, probably because he's killing folk. Tim's supposed to be helping Jay, but continues to lie, conceal important information, and go behind his back, and he's still walking around as Marsky. Jay is just way too involved at this point, and his attempts to help Alex, Tim, and Jessica perpetually fall flat. And I still don't know what's going on with Hoodie, except that he doesn't like Alex and is stealing medication, so either he really wants to be the operator's favourite, or he doesn't. Everything is not fine to the Ark. So Jay goes to have a word with Tim about the new info on the tape, but loses the resulting fight, and gets zip-tied for his troubles.
Get off! Get off!
Oh, Tim's done this before.
But if she's alive out there, she could need our help.
Well, she has to be dead to us regardless, Jay. We need to be focusing on finding Alex, because he's the one who's actually responsible for all of this. Blaming me isn't going to do anything.
Tim heads off to a nearby college, which was the address on the back of a picture they found in the attic, so I guess they're hoping to find Alex there. This is the first video annotated by Tim, which suggests that our principal character may be about to change. Also interesting that he has access to the Marble Hornets YouTube account. That doesn't seem like the kind of information Jay would offer up. This may not be the first time he's uploaded a video to that account. There have been a few that appeared on Marble Hornets without Jay uploading them, so either he really did and can't remember, which is likely, or it was somebody else, possibly a member of To the Ark. This is where the birthday video comes in. Isn't it interesting that Alex was marked by the operator symbol, even though the operator has been bothering Tim far longer than Alex? I believe that Tim himself made the birthday video to take Jay's attention away from him. BAM! Theory! That's what you were building up to? Yes? Well, okay, think about it. If Alex has been tuning into the Marble Hornets channel this whole time, then surely Tim was as well. And Jay's current mission statement is to seek out Alex and stop him from doing the operator's bidding, maybe even kill him. So it would make sense for Tim to go,
"Yeah, Alex, man, what a bad dude. This whole thing totally isn't my fault."
But as we've also seen, Hoodie dislikes Tim a fair bit, stealing his medication, putting his medical notes in the maintenance tunnel for Jay to find, so Hoodie is prepared to work with Marsky to defeat Alex, but also wants Tim defeated, which is why he frees Jay from his zip ties, returns his weapon, and gives him a spare camera.
Alex? Alex?
Oh, never mind, he just did that so he'd walk into Alex's trap. This Hoodie guy is so confusing.
You set this up!
Yeah, pretty much. So now Jay has been shot to death, and Tim is left without his medication. If only he'd bothered to lock his car door. Oh well. He's at risk of relapse without them, so he finds Hoodie, chases him off a platform, and gets his pills back. And now Brian's dead. Death, death everywhere, but not a death to death. This is when Tim discovers the true identity of Hoodie. He is somewhat upset because they were once best friends, but, you know, that much closer to ending this madness with Hoodie gone. But oh no, Alex comes to his house and holy badgers! These guys burned a fucking house down! Or at least the garage part. Back to Benedict Hall for the final confrontation, where Tim falls through the floor and sees both Alex and the operator. I imagine the Marble Hornets creator's Kickstarter page was doing quite well by this point. As they fight, Alex claims that by killing the others he was trying to stop the operator's influence from spreading. And Tim in particular, since he is the source.
You killed him, and he died here slowly because of you.
What makes you think I'm the only source? There could be hundreds of others. Thousands. You could be spreading it too. It's just using you to get what it wants.
Finally, Tim wins out by stabbing Alex to death. In the final entry, number 87, he's shown to throw away his Marsky mask and then... What? Jessica's alive and well. Well, he could have told Jay that.
You still carrying those around everywhere?
Yeah, well, this one's Jay's, but he let me have it.
How is he?
He moved.
I think he was finally getting over all this and he just wanted to, you know,
Start somewhere new.
Yeah.
Tim really is the world's biggest liar liar pants on fire. The series ends on a rather ambiguous note. Did Tim save the day, or did he only act to cover his own arse? In any case, things are assuredly not fine, because we see him have a coughing fit as he drives off. What did I just say? So, that's the series. I think I've wrapped up all the theories. Oh, that rhymes. What about the blood in the sink from entry number 16? Oh, probably Brian's. We know it wasn't Tim or Alex's house, so just process of elimination, and it was probably Brian that gave Jay the tip-off about the house in the first place. Good thought. What a way to end the series at such a momentous juncture. Leaves plenty of room for the operator to show up again, including in the Slender Man movie Always Watching, which by all accounts is not the best. Oh well. Part of what makes Marble Hornets so phenomenal is its online setting. It's both immersive and exclusionary, with the no comments thing on YouTube giving it an extra soupçon of uncertainty. It's no wonder that on IMDb it has a score higher than or equal to Llamas with Hats, Salad Fingers, and Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. If you haven't seen it yet, maybe give it a look. I wouldn't blame you if not, because it is 9.5 hours, but in any case, I hope you've enjoyed this review. Whoa! What was that? It's getting close. Why don't you add up the votes? Okay, time to see who fights Lilac. Well, what is it? Well, there's a few votes for Braggart on Facebook, 4 votes for you, Killjoy. I suppose I've always known it would come to this. Ever since I became... And 4 votes for Bauhaus. What now? Like the post-punk band? Yes, maybe. I see the problem. People must have mistaken your name for Bauhaus because of this comment. Oh! Well, you know, they both start with a B. Easy mistake to make. So that means you've been chosen. God help us. I win! Bauhaus! 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 Yeah, shh! Do you have a plan? Of course. Let me get some things. Digital camera. Lamp. You'll need a weapon. Only got 2 hands, Killjoy. Besides, I have another plan. TTFN. TTFE, more like. Nothing in the attic. Ah, hello down there. Do you want a hug? Come at me, buddy, I'm wide open. I've changed my mind. Killjoy, can I have that blunderbuss now? No. Ow, that's my hair. That doesn't sound good. Right. Ha! Now I've got... Wait, no. I did this wrong. Oh, what a beautiful life. Killjoy! Ah! Jesus fucking Christ. Are you okay? I'm okay. You sure? Everything is fine. Finish the video. Please. Okay, this has been my review of Marble Hornets. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheerio.